Welcome on into a very special Tipico Tourney Mayhem edition of Big Play, Big Bets. It's all presented by Tipico Sportsbook. I'm Nick Padone. He is Big Play Dave. It is Tipico Tourney Mayhem time, and we are ready to win some bets. College basketball, Dave, has controlled my life for the past week. Conference championships last weekend were a lot of fun, despite how things ended for my Kent State Golden Flashes here in the MAC tournament in Cleveland. I was at that game. I bet on it on Tipico Sportsbook.
How'd that go?
It didn't go well for the Golden Flashes. It didn't go well for my mental state. It did, however, go well for my Tipico Sportsbook app. Now, I did have the Golden Flashes in a parlay, and that parlay lost, but when I bet on Kent State at the Fieldhouse, I got cash back on Tipico.
Cash back, baby.
Tipico Sportsbook is changing the way that you guys bet with their new Tipico Cashback Rewards program, where the more you bet, the more you earn, the more you win. Get up to 5% cash back on your bets, guys. The winning bets doesn't matter. You could win these. You could lose these.
It kind of matters.
Well, it's always better to win, but even if you lose them, you're still getting your cash back up to 5%. Be sure to follow along with all of your favorite Big Play shows, Big Play hosts. We're putting out these bets for Tipico Tourney Mayhem and get your 5% cash back. You got to be 21 years or older to gamble in Ohio. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. It's tourney time.
Yes, it is.
All right,
and so let's pump the brakes before everyone gets too crazy.
Okay. Yeah.
Because Nick, here are some stats out there.
Okay.
Because everyone wants a Cinderella.
Yep.
Everyone's rooting for the underdog.
And we've been spoiled in recent years, Dave. Like
we've had a Cinderella.
FDU and the
Florida Gulf Coast back in the day.
UMBC, and then a couple of years ago, a 16 seed that beat a 1. So
think about this, though, Nick.
Okay.
Number 1 seeds are 150-2 against 16 seeds since 1985.
Okay. Sure.
So just be careful on which ones you are selecting.
Yeah, in round 1. Okay. Yeah, okay. Sure.
Okay. Even in round 1, number 2 seeds 141-11 versus number 15 since 1985.
Yep.
Number 3 130-22 versus 14 since 1985. So just take a look at that.
So the 1, 2, and 3 seeds,
the Cinderella in the first round.
Yeah,
it's going to be very, very hard.
The 1, 2, and 3 seeds pretty much locked. This is also the time, with these records, 1 seeds 150 and 2, locking an imperfect parlay on Tipico,
yes,
where you just bet literally all the favorites on the money line. I saw you threw one of these in.
I did. I lost it, but I was close. I should have cashed out.
Hit all the favorites on the money line on these high seeds, imperfect parlay it, throw in some others that aren't absolute locks, and then even if the ones that aren't absolute locks lose on your imperfect parlay, you go 4 out of 5, 5 out of 6, 6 out of 7. This is the time to lock those in.
That's a good call. Yes, if you're picking a Cinderella versus a 1 seed, a 2 seed, or a 3 seed, put it in an imperfect parlay, because if you don't, you're gonna lose.
So that way it's fine, even if it gets chalked.
Yes.
Imperfect parlays on Tipico. At least one top 4 seed has lost in the round of 64 in the past 14 out of 15 tournaments. The exception to that was 2017. So even though the upset might not happen in round 1, like the first Thursday, Friday game, there is going to be some that happen. So you guys need to download this Tipico app, use our promo code BPBets100, bet $25, get your cash back on that $25, and you're going to get $100 of bets on Tipico to lock in throughout the tourney with us.
So, Nick, what are we doing for the tourney?
We're doing squares, I'm told. I know I also was told that I'm manning the square board on Thursday.
So what are we doing Thursday?
We're going live, baby.
Live
streaming.
Thursday, Friday.
I'm betting against Akron. We'll be live for that Akron versus Creighton game. I'm taking Creighton on a crazy alt spread. So bet that with me. We'll probably turn it into a big play boost. We'll have the squares going. I'll update the squares. But Dave, first, you got to explain, because I'm in charge of manning this square board when I go live for the Akron game. against Creighton on Thursday. But like that means I'm gonna have to update the games that are ending from the 12 o'clock slate. And I don't even know.
Still not understand squares?
I understand it, but I've never manned it before. So now that I'm gonna have to man it and go live, I want it to go well.
All right, so let me break it down for everyone. Ryan, show the people a square board. Okay, here we go. So it's a small play, Dave. So we've got 100 squares that are available. Okay, and so typically when you do a squares, you have winning number and you have losing number. Okay.
Yep.
So let's just say that Akron game, Akron wins 55, and the losing team is 42. 5 and 2. Whoever is on that board, winning number 5, losing number 2, is going to win, and this is going to happen over and over for every single game.
Nice.
So if you get a square, I haven't told you how you're going to get them yet. If you get a square, you are in it for every single game. Okay?
All March.
All March. So we're going to be giving these away.
Okay.
So all you have to do is submit your Tipico bet slips when we announce this on Twitter. In the replies, $25 bet slip is going to get you 1 square. $50 bet slip is going to get you 3 squares. And a $100 bet slip is going to get you 5 squares. 5 free squares. You're not paying any money for these. You're betting anyway. Get your slips in, and we will fill this board up very, very quickly before the Thursday games. So, did you put Nick up there? So let's just say I did a $100 bet slip. I got 5 free squares. It would look something like this.
You're in the square.
There he is. And that's how squares work.
Fun demo.
Any questions?
Not for the show. Off the show, I'll have some questions about filling it out.
The people will have questions probably.
Yeah. We'll figure it out.
So Nick, what you're gonna do during the live stream is we're going to have 100 of our fans up on that squares board.
So the board's already filled out.
The board will be filled by Thursday
at noon, call it.
12:30 or whatever it is. It has to be.
Yep.
And so what you're going to do is you're going to sit there with a piece of paper.
Yep.
And you're going to have everyone's social handles on their square. We'll let everyone know what square they have, which numbers they have beforehand.
Yep.
And then as these games end, you'll have the winners. And so you'll pick, okay, this game ended 77-64. 7-4, boom, winner, whoever it may be. We will DM them. Rounds, we'll announce the specifics for the prizes for every round, but those are going to be free bet credits.
Yep, you're going to win bets on Tipico if you win games on these squares.
Correct.
Yep.
So it doesn't cost you anything, and you will be getting a bunch of bet credits along the way if you win some squares.
Love it. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yes.
My first time ever doing March Madness squares.
They're by far the best because
it's completely random.
It's one action item that you have to do, and you're in every game.
Yep.
And you can relax. You don't have to worry about your bracket. I haven't done a bracket in like a decade.
So lame,
Squares,
by the way.
baby.
So
Squares.
lame. Put me back in that bracket, in that square one more time. So I get that the key,
Technically, that's 8 squares. That's not going to happen.
Submit that $100 bet slip, though, and you'll be in 5 of them.
Correct. So you see how quickly this is going to
it's going to fill up quick.
Man, I lean back like Teddy Ginn used to do. My bad, Ryan.
All right, let's get into some of these games. We're going to start on Thursday. Mississippi State versus Michigan State. Both of these teams have lost 5 of their last 7.
Yeah.
But it's Tom Izzo. His 26th straight tournament appearance.
You cannot go against Tom Izzo in the tournament.
I agree.
Can't.
I agree. Can't do it.
Upset alert.
Upset alert. Michigan State.
Number 9 versus number 8.
Number 9 versus number 8. I also love, too, in the Tipico app,
yes, they
have in here the seating. So, like, obviously you have,
good
spread, money line, over, under, but it has, like, 16. It has...
I would hope so.
I feel like it might not have last year. Unless I'm just delusional.
Gambling was brand new last year.
So like, look at that. Look at that. Like, you could see, like, okay, Duquesne versus BYU. Duquesne's the 11, BYU's the 6, and BYU's a 9.5-point favorite. I like that.
Tipico has made a lot of enhancements in their app over the last year.
Yeah, like regular games don't have that. All right, so we're both going with Tom Izzo. I like it. Feels like a smart pick.
Let's move on.
Move on. BYU 6 versus 11 Duquesne. Now, Keith Dambrot, they announced this is it. This is the farewell tour. This is the last dance for Dambrot.
Yeah.
It's Duquesne's first ever tourney appearance. I'm going to
give me BYU all day.
You think?
Yes.
Okay, I'll do it too. I'm not going to I won't do the first upset there.
Okay.
We'll keep that kosher.
I feel if I had not talked there, you were going to pick.
I was going to. Because you know why?
This is how wishy-washy you are with your bets. You have to have conviction.
It would be because it would be cool if LeBron showed up to this game. And then like if LeBron's sitting courtside, like LeBron sitting courtside, the kids know like, oh, our coach used to coach Bron, like that's pretty.
Do you think he'd bring his podcast?
It's a 9.5 point spread. If LeBron is courtside at this game, I bet you it jumps to like 5.5. It does in my book.
All right. Well, we'll be on the live stream. We'll be able to know if LeBron's there, and you can change your mind.
All right. Let's go to Dayton versus Nevada. This is a game that John Fanta said on Big Play Cleveland is an interesting one to watch out for because both of these teams are very hard to read. And that's coming from one of the most knowledgeable college basketball minds out there. He didn't even know which way to go. He said that this is a very, very, very difficult draw for Dayton. Okay. They are currently plus 100, even money bet on Tipico.
The 7 versus the 10.
And the 7 is the underdog. I'll take Nevada. Writing's on the wall. If the higher seed is an underdog on Tipico, I'll take Nevada. Give me the 10.
Give me the plus odds. I'll take Dayton.
All right.
What about this, Nick? South Carolina versus Oregon, 11 versus 6. South Carolina 6, Oregon 11.
I'm going to go with South Carolina, the favorite. I know everybody's picking Oregon as their upset. I'm going to South Carolina. Michi Johnson, local Cleveland kid from right here. I want to see him perform well in March Madness. I bet on South Carolina a lot just because of him in the regular season when we still had player props on college basketball in Ohio on Tipico. I bet Michi player props a ton. They have a great backcourt.
Can't find those anymore anywhere.
R.I.P. I'm going with South Carolina. Are you going with Oregon?
No, I'm South Carolina.
All right, cool. I like that. Let's keep going down here. Gonzaga versus McNeese. 5 versus 12. Fun note on this here. This is the Zags' worst seed since 2016. They were the 11 seed that last year, the 5th seed.
Wow.
And this is a very trendy upset thing too, as McNeese is one of the 30-win teams in this bracket, 30-3.
I will never go against
the
big names in the tournament. You throw the players, throw the coach out. Gonzaga, I will not go against in round 1. No way.
All right. They're a 6.5 point favorite on Tipico.
As they should be.
McNeese plus 220. I'm going to go with the Zags as well. Yeah. One of the Tourney's blue bloods, been around forever. I'll go with them.
It's going to be a Jared Allen quote for McNeese.
Lights were too bright. I love that. Let's keep this thing going. Texas Tech versus NC State.
Yep.
A 6 versus 11. NC State won 5 games in 5 games to win the ACC tourney.
Is that momentum or is that their gas?
I'm saying out of gas, man.
Out of gas.
Give me Texas Tech. Give me the 6. Minus 5.5 point favorites on Tipico.
Give me the spread. I'm going to go momentum.
All right, so you'll go NC State to cover.
Yes.
Plus 5.5.
Correct.
All right, I like it. Keep this thing moving along. Washington State versus Drake. The 7 versus 10. I'll take the 10 Drake. 28-6.
I don't know. Washington State just overall has been a good collegiate program
They're
Give me-
underdogs in this game
Give me
too.
Washington State.
So you're finding a lot of value here where the
7-10. This is the second time now. The 7 is the
underdog.
and has the plus odds. Give it to me.
and it's even money too on this one for you again, Dave. Plus 100. I'm going different here. I'm going with Duke. I mean Drake.
All right.
Said Duke because the jersey is exactly the same. Which 13 seed or lower, if any, is going to pull off an upset on Thursday? Call your shot right here. We need a Thursday upset.
That's a good one. Give me Akron.
Give
Give me Akron. Oh, wait, are we talking straight up or against the spread? You're saying
Dollar
straight
Dog,
up?
Dollar Dog in the notes says pull off an upset
An
on
upset?
Thursday.
All right. No, I'm not. Man. Akron didn't even look that great against Kent.
No, that's what I'm saying. People are picking Akron in their brackets. That's lunacy. Kent was 16-16. They were 500 in the MAC. And they were in an absolute dogfight. If that kid didn't commit the dumbest foul in basketball history, they'd be in this game. Maybe a little bit of a lower seed.
This is so tough. All right, I'm going to throw one out there.
Okay.
Give me St. Peter's versus Tennessee.
Wow, a 15 against a 2.
Yes.
All right, Dave's going bold with it.
Even though I said don't do that.
Yeah. Well, I might as well go bold with it too.
All right.
Because I saw something funny about this. I'm going to go with Morehead State versus Illinois. Every year,
I thought about that.
there's been a Morehead State, kind of a funny name.
What?
Remember Oral Roberts? All the memes with that. I'll go with the vibes from that. Give me Morehead
We
State.
were talking about this last show. You remember the hats?
Yeah, the hats.
Yeah, like Morehead State, like a lot of other ones. We'll have to bring those back. Bring those hats back.
I will buy a Morehead State hat if they
There you
win
go.
this game. All right, let's go.
Yep.
Let's go to Friday. Turn the page. It's always fun. Like the Friday at March Madness is always fun because you just did it all on Thursday. You
Do it
wake up on
all
Friday and you get to
over
do it
again.
all over again. Like games start at noon. Here we go.
Restock the fridge. Let's
Yep.
go.
Buckle in. Bracket's probably already screwed, but you at least have more
cares?
bets to look forward to. We'll head to Friday. FAU versus Northwestern, 8 versus 9. FAU, reminder, in the Final Four last season.
Yeah.
So this is a good FAU team. 25-8 in the regular season. I'm going to take them here.
I am as well. I have no faith in Northwestern.
Yeah. Let's move on. San Diego State, who was in the national championship last year, versus number 12 UAB. So a 5 versus 12 for you here, Dave.
I mean, I'm sticking with San Diego State. There's no way you go against them.
Minus 6.5 on Tipico. I'm going to take that too. Give me SDSU. Let's go to New Mexico versus Clemson. This is Richard Pitino's New Mexico, and they
Give
won.
me New Mexico all
They
day.
won the Mountain West tourney to get that auto bid. You going with the Pitino here?
I am.
I am too.
Are you really?
Yeah, I picked it on Big Play Cleveland too. I was like, that's my upset for Friday.
Yep.
Is New Mexico.
Fanta said the same thing. I don't know if it was on your
Did
show
he?
or I just saw it on Twitter, but yeah, he said watch out for number 11 versus number 6.
Yeah, and they're the favorite in this matchup too. So the odds makers are with us on a lot of these. Where New Mexico's minus 2.5 against Clemson.
It could be real close.
It's gonna be close.
I'm
I'm excited for it.
Money line on that one.
All right, let's go to Nebraska, Texas A&M. Nebraska 23-10, Texas A&M 20-14.
I like
8
A&M.
versus a 9 here.
I like the 9 over the 8. Texas A&M.
Okay, I like it too. Plus 100.
Right.
I'll find another value bet there. This one
parlay is going to be insane.
This one, I can't even put into words how excited I am for it. Number 5, Wisconsin versus number 12, James Madison. This is probably
Why
my
are you so excited?
favorite first round game.
Okay.
I think James Madison wins this outright against Wisconsin. JMU won the Sun Belt tourney to get the auto bid. They're another one of the rare 30 win teams on this bracket. 31 and 3. And they're plus 190 on Tipico, plus 5.5. Plus 190. Give me JMU money line.
Wait. He had it ready. He knew. He knew that bet was horrible. Wisconsin all day, and I will take the spread.
Wow, Wisconsin minus the 5.5.
Minus 5.5. They're going to win this game.
All right.
Sorry, Nick.
It's okay. We'll head to Utah State against TCU. Another 8 versus 9. TCU was 21-12. Utah State was 27-6. Utah State, the underdog here, even though they're the higher seed, plus 155.
It's a coin flip. Give me the Horned Frogs.
Horned Frogs.
TCU, baby.
All right. I'm with it. TCU.
Yeah?
Yeah, they were good. Let's go to St. Mary's versus Grand Canyon. St. Mary's 26-7. Grand Canyon 29-4. St. Mary's won the WCC for the first time since 2019. The Zags had won all previous 4. Did Gonzaga. St. Mary's is back. They're without old friend Doug Eater. Remember the goofy kid with the mustache? He transferred out of there.
Is that Adam Morrison's son?
Should have just stayed there, though, because he would have been back in the tournament. Wherever he's with, he's not in the tournament. Dumb decision to transfer there. St. Mary's, give me the Gales.
Grand Canyon's just such a great name.
They are. They're always in the tournament, too.
Yeah, you got to go St. Mary's.
St. Mary's.
Got to go St. Mary's. But we got to pick an upset on this day as well.
13 or lower seed to pull off an upset on Friday. As Bohm would say, Friday.
All right, let's look at some of these. So he said 13 seed or lower.
Yeah.
For the upset. So we've got Yale
and Auburn.
We've got Charleston,
now Yale stole that bid.
Bama. We got Vermont Duke, Colgate Baylor, Western Kentucky versus Marquette, Stetson versus UConn, Longwood versus Houston, and we got the play-in game versus Purdue.
I don't think any of these.
Give me Yale.
Yale versus Auburn?
Give me Yale.
I'll go with Vermont. Down goes Duke. Give me 13 seed Vermont over Duke. Duke has a really good backcourt. But I won a lot of bets on Vermont. Doing my all money line bets. They were favorites in a lot of games this year, so I would stack them. Vermont never let me down when I did one of those.
Really?
So I'll throw maybe like $1 on here just for the vibes and the respect of Vermont. They never let me down in my money line bets this year for college basketball.
So what if a famous person who went to Yale shows up to that game? Would you then take Yale?
No.
No.
And LeBron didn't go to Duquesne.
That's true.
He was just coached by him. All right, man. That's it. That's all the games that we're going through on the show.
Long couple of days ahead of us here, Nick.
March Madness here. We'll be streaming from the Tipico Sportsbook Lounge at Burke Lakefront Airport on Thursday. I'm going to be sweating out that Akron versus Creighton game, betting against the Zips.
I'm going to have to pace my garage beers. Keep me in line.
And then the squares. So I think Reflog's tweeting out the square board.
Yes, we will get that filled up.
And it's going to fill up
shortly.
So reply with your bet slip. This thing's going to fill up. And we are going to give you guys some bet credits to bet along with us all March long. Download Tipico Sportsbook now. Use promo code BPBets100. Bet $25 on any game this March. You're going to get $100 of bets on us. Get your cash back on Tipico.
Get your cash back.
And we will see you guys on Thursday for some bets. See ya.